everyone, welcome
Hello.
to Miss Sam Chit Chat. I'm Miss Sam. It's me, Alright!
And me, Smooch. As always.
And today we have with us Pipsqueak. Hello, would you like to give a little introduction to our audience, if you squeak?
Absolutely. My name is Pipsqueak, and I am a mouse idol from the Midwest. I love to sing and dance, and I'm always ready to squeak to the beat with everyone.
Yay, that's fun. Lots of fun.
And how are you today?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing well, and I'm doing well. At least well besides the cold.
Yes. These well. Very well. I like mice.
Me too. I love mice.
They're so cute, their little noses
Can
and their
you ask
ears.
the basic question?
What's the basic question? What kind of cheese do you like?
What kind of cheese do I like? Oh my goodness, that's such a good question. It kind of depends on like the I guess the full meal, but like I am kind of privy to pepper jack. I love pepper jack cheese a lot, whether it be in cubes or slices. So,
Interesting. How about Swiss?
ooh, Swiss is pretty good. I like it on a good like sandwich.
Cool.
I like string cheese.
String cheese is perfect in a lunchbox.
Yeah, very much.
What what got you interested in music?
I have always been interested in music, for as long as I can remember. I always did like the little choirs, like from elementary school all through, like honestly, all of school, truly. It kind of gets me, day to day, so I always have music playing. I have different playlists, and I've always just had a passion for it, whether it be music or singing, I mean, or dancing. So I've always really been involved in music, and so I feel like it's kind of my path that I'm taking.
Cool. Who's your favorite musician?
Oh goodness, that's such a hard one.
Uh,
Um, if I'm talking about like other idols, someone who actually inspired me to be a mouse idol is this person named Lenny Peach. She is a hamster idol, and I actually got to see her
oh,
live down in Texas, and I was like, that is so cool. And she's super, super sweet. I really like her music. I also I am a K-pop fan, so I do listen to a lot of K-pop. So like Stray Kids or G Idol, those kind of groups. But I listen to just about everything. Like I said, I have a different playlist for like different moods or different times of days. So I kind of like to just kind of experience music as a whole. So I don't feel like I have just a specific favorite though.
hmm. Oh,
This may sound kind of like a rhetorical question due to how it was asked like a second ago, but how I phrase this? What genre of music do you listen to like on an average day?
Ooh, on an average day, right now, since I'm prepping for a lot of different idol festivals, I'm listening to a lot of Japanese pop right now. So like Lovesick or oh gosh, there's just so many groups. I do listen to a lot of like Phantom Sita, and some of those groups, but a lot of Japanese pop right now is mainly my main focus.
wow.
Hmm.
Interesting.
I I know this probably well when it comes to journalism probably doesn't make me sound that good at my job. But could you go into detail at least a little bit of what an idol competition is?
Oh, absolutely. So, a really big thing is with idol culture, especially overseas. So, with idol culture, a lot of it is based in Japan, but there is something called a Kaigai idol, which Kaigai essentially just means overseas. So, overseas idols who are not in Japan, they typically take on the the aesthetic and the whole point of being an idol. So, bringing joy to people and creating music. And so a lot of places here in the United States will host idol festivals, which typically I've seen a lot hosted at like anime conventions. And they tend to essentially ask idols they to apply with different songs. And they have like anywhere from an hour to 3 hour showcase of just different idols performing. In the audience, there's a lot of people with like light sticks and pin lights that'll be cheering them on. And so it's just a really fun atmosphere. And so like there is a lot of Kai idols right now. And so sometimes it can be harder to get into idol festivals, but I think also there's just so many that are throughout the United States that like there's plenty for people to be able to go and enjoy and be able to experience and be a part of as well.
Fun. That sounds like a really good time, doesn't it?
Definitely. How how old were you when you realized you had so much talent?
Oh gosh. Oh, well, I think I'm trying to think back. When I was about 8, I joined my elementary school choir and I had a couple solos in it and I really, really enjoyed doing it. And I wasn't fully the strongest singer quite yet. Neither was I with dancing. But I think I've grown into it quite a bit. I um kind of decided that I wanted to find my own niche of sorts because I did musical theater, I did show choir, but none of it really fit what I wanted to do, which is to be kind of in like a fun costume and be like a character of sorts. So I think like Pipsqueak itself, like this entire persona, actually is only about a month and a half old. I
Wow.
just started Pipsqueak's journey back January 18th of this year. I was doing Kai Idol stuff before under a different name. It just didn't really fit who I was as a person. And so this new year I decided to rebrand. So I feel like right now is where I've really started to like hone in on like who I am and what I want to do with my life and what I want to do with my career as well. So I would like as silly as it is, I would say probably like right now.
Cool.
I I what wait, Ellery, what what musician do you think inspires you the most?
Oh goodness. So I guess I'll run it back to, like I said, Lenny Peach is the one that really inspired me to take on this mouse persona because I've loved mice for a really long time, but I was like, I don't know if people will like a mouse idol. Like they really, normally idols, they typically stick to like cutesy concepts, which mice are cute as well, but it's just such a niche concept that I wasn't sure. So I'd say like she inspires me quite a bit. In terms of like music producers and things like that, like I said, I'm a big fan of Stray Kids, so Bang Chan is the leader of that group, and he helps write and produce a lot of music. And he's been through a lot of hardships, and he like continuously went down his journey, being like, I want to be an idol. I want to be someone who is known for something. So he's also a really big inspiration. And then as of recent, Rosa Rosso is a duo group, and both of them are so incredibly talented and watching them grow because they're fairly new as well. I believe they just celebrated their 1 year anniversary. I love watching what they do because one of them lives in Florida and the other lives in Texas, so they only see each other a couple times a year and they do amazing work together. So,
Wow.
Ah, I I happened to see before before we started fully speaking that you were in the idol duo. Sorry if I butcher this. Revived duo. Can you tell us what led to the life and death themes?
yeah, so a lot of it still is under wraps. It's still fairly new. My friend and I, Pancake Gal, she is another idol. She's been doing stuff for a while now. We know each other in real life. We've known each other since middle school, actually. And we started a group about a year ago called Pipcake because it combined both of our usernames and what we went by. But we realized again that it just wasn't fitting who we were. And so we sat down and we talked about like, well, what if we did something that was a little bit different? Like we wanted to be unique in a way. And so she actually came up with a lot of the life and death concepts, and I would love to give more about it, but we haven't dropped a lot of lore on the actual duo yet. So it's coming soon, but I can't necessarily talk too much about it, unfortunately.
No worries, I get it. I understand.
I saw where you were at. It looked like a little cafe somewhere with other people dressed up. It looked really cool.
Oh yeah, that was probably the maid cafe that I was at. That's Momochi Maid Cafe. They're also fairly new. That's actually where I debuted as Pipsqueak. It was my very first performance. And so it was like a little maid cafe where people could come and order food, and then they had entertainment, and I was one of the entertainers for that day. So it was my first time performing as Pipsqueak. So yeah, that was actually back in January. So.
Fun.
Really cool. Were were you nervous the first time you went on stage, or how did you know you would like being on a stage?
Um, I would say I always get a little nervous. Like even though I've done it for a couple of years now, I always get a little nervous. My first time as a Kaigai idol was October of 2023. And I was under a different name. I didn't quite understand like what I wanted to do with Kaigai idol stuff yet. And there was a big audience of people that love Kaigai idols, and I was like, "Oh, this is really scary." Um, but the moment that I performed, like there's a lot of fan chants that they do during songs. So they're like, hi, hi, and they go to the beat and they have like the light sticks and like it's just so cool. And I think like the energy from the audience itself like really boosted me to want to do my best for them and like give my best performance. And the feeling of being done with it, I was like, I want to keep doing this. I want to keep performing because everyone was just so nice and so supportive and it was just so much fun.
Wow.
And I saw you use a theming of, or what you say, pen color of yellow and pink. Are those your
Yeah.
two favorite colors?
Pink is definitely up there with my favorite colors. When I was actually trying to figure out, because a lot of Kaigai idols, they have one base color, like that's their color. Like, you know them by that color. And so I was like, I don't know, like mice are gray. They're like, or at least like I have a pet mouse myself, and he's gray. And so I'm just like, okay, well, I want to stick to the gray base. And I said, but what colors would complement gray? And so that's when I came across like the pastel pink and the yellows. And it when I was making my costume with my friend May, it just all kind of came together perfectly. And I was like, yes, I have to have yellow and pink. Like it just makes sense. So,
Do you like, or what is your opinion on Chuck E. Cheese?
Chuck E. Cheese, oh gosh. I went there a lot as a kid. And it was a lot of fun when I was a kid. I haven't been since I was really little, but I remember back when they had like the animatronics on the stage. Like that's how far back I remember. Um, but yeah, I mean, it was really cool at the time. I just don't remember much about it, honestly.
Hmm. What's your mouse's name?
My mouse that I have right now is Ralph. He is named after the Beverly Cleary books, Ralph S. Mouse and Mouse and the Motorcycle. So
Hmm.
that is his name.
I saw on your Instagram that you had like a plush toy mouse type thing. Did you buy it somewhere, or did you make it yourself?
Oh, the little pink one? Oh, my friend May actually made them for me. So around Christmas time, my friend May made like gifts for everybody, and she knew that I loved mice, and so she made me. It was that one, and then she also made me two red ones as well. But the pink one matches so great with my like idol stuff, so I take it with me when I go to events and stuff now.
That's so exciting.
Thank you.
Uh, I saw a picture of you on the motorcycle. Do you enjoy the wind in your ears, or do you cover them?
I do have to cover them. It's just a little bit too much wind for me personally.
It was a cool bike, though.
Thank you.
Definitely. The This is one question I kind of ended up landing with on the spot, but with I'm sure you have heard of K-pop Demon Hunters. Has that, when you've been at any recent idol convention or events, seen any major influence of that starting to take hold?
Oh, absolutely. K-pop Demon Hunters was super, super popular. And I personally loved it as well. Like I watched it a million times, I feel like. And yeah, I mean, there are a lot of idols too, because the K-pop and J-pop community tend to kind of mix a little bit. And so like even at some idol festivals, I've seen other Kai idols performing songs from that movie. And definitely at anime conventions, like an influx of cosplays too, especially of the three girls. But it's been really cool. Like I like it a lot.
I bet because it's an anime movie, now there's gonna be a lot more younger fans, right?
Yeah, and well, I also thought that as well, but I feel like especially because it is a K-pop based movie, you have like little kids that love it because it's an animated film, but you also have adults that love it because of the music. The storyline is really good too. So I feel like it has a really big range of like audience members for that.
Are you unacquainted?
We kind of went through stuff and then,
A lot faster than we thought we would.
or it was like an answer, and that was like, well, technically that answered a different question, so I'm
I'm
gonna end
so
up
sorry.
restating. Go like my fourth interview
I
ever.
have one question.
Yeah.
Are you afraid of cats?
Am I afraid of cats? I actually, I'm allergic to cats, so I love cats and I want to be around them, but I'm allergic. So,
Oh,
but I love them. They're so cute. Like, I don't know. Like, I see those videos where like the mice and the cats get along and it just makes my heart happy, but unfortunately, I'm allergic to them.
okay. I didn't know if they bit you.
Not yet. I haven't had any of those experiences quite yet. Fingers crossed.
What has been your favorite moment or a moment you've learned the most from while performing?
Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a good question. Um, so something I've learned the most from is, well, I'll go with the regular one on that one. I have always sang standing still. Like I have never incorporated both dancing and singing at the same time, and I don't think I've ever realized how much stamina that takes. And so there are a couple like videos from back before I debuted as Pipsqueak where my voice is cracking really bad because I never built that stamina up. So now that's a part of like my routine now as I'm trying to build that stamina. So I've learned that I need to practice a lot more on that. Um, some of my favorite moments have personally actually come from social media. I've always been a little nervous to post on social media because I wasn't sure because people online can be mean, and I guess I've never taken the chance to try and do that. But I recently had my call and response go viral, and it did not go viral in a way where like people were extremely super nice for it. And I had a lot of really mean people that were like making fun of it. But I had certain people, like there was a good chunk of people that were messaging me privately talking about how they felt like my content was really inspiring because they want to do that too. And it just made me feel really nice to know that like there are hard times, especially with posting online. But at the same time, what I decide to do and how I decide to carry myself has an inspiring effect on other people, and that feels nice. Like it feels nice to be that inspiration for somebody else because Lenny and a bunch of other idols have been that for me as well. So,
What's your opinion on Mickey Mouse?
Mickey Mouse, I love Mickey Mouse. I'm a big Disney fan myself. That's a great question.
What what's been your favorite? I'm not really 100% sure of how light sticks work, but what has been your favorite one you've seen so far?
Ooh, that's a good one. Oh gosh. So if I'm talking about K-pop light sticks, because K-pop light sticks all look really different, my personal favorite right now is probably the Dreamcatcher light stick because you can buy extensions and turn it into like a staff, like a royal staff, which I think is really cool. Um, so I do like that. I've seen some fan-made like pin light sticks for idols where they're like little hearts and it has like their logo on it and I think that's so cute. I eventually would love to have like a light stick that's like a block of cheese, like a cheese slice. That'd be so cute.
How I know you kind of mentioned with Revive Duo, like the whole like lore thing. How would someone like work make? idol lore? Is it like VTuber lore? Words are going to eventually form into a sentence if I keep going on this, but I feel like the point gets across.
Yeah, so just in terms of like the like how do we come up with the lore behind our
Yeah.
characters? Yeah. So it just kind of depends. It takes a lot of story building. I personally love creative writing. I love to read in my free time. And so I love building lore. Like the Revive lore is a lot more on my friend because she is very passionate about it. But like my lore behind like Pipsqueak, and like where Pipsqueak is a character, I've taken like weeks just sitting down and like brainstorming, okay, like how did Pipsqueak become an idol? How did it like how does it work? Like, what is she meant to be? I want a story behind her so she stands out a little bit more. But definitely asking all the questions, like if someone comes up to me and says, what's Pipsqueak's favorite cheese? Like I obviously have to have a great answer because it's Pipsqueak. But lots and lots of time and lots of looking at like other ideas too and being like, I like that they did this. I kind of want to do something similar. So,
Oh. I know this may be a similar phrasing to a question my friend Smooch here to ask before, but what does the Mochi Mochi Cafe mean to you?
um, honestly, it means quite a bit. They were the first place to give me a chance as Pipsqueak. It's when you apply for Idol Fest, you typically have to submit any sort of footage of you performing at other places or like an audition of sorts. And I didn't have really anything from Pipsqueak at the time. I kind of just had to be like, trust me, I'll put on a great show, I promise. And they took that chance and they trusted me, and that means the world. Because I really genuinely, I don't think I'd be where I'm at right now if I had not had that first performance in January. So they have a very special place in my heart with that, and I hope to be at more of their events.
That's it. I wish I could be a mouse.
Anyone can be a mouse. All you need is just some cute ears and a good attitude, and you can be a mouse as well.
I definitely need ears like those. Those are so cool.
Thank you.
Is it easy to get interviews with idols? Because we need. Don't ask that.
Honestly,
You are more desperate than I think anyone sounds. Well, someone eventually has to put the foot in the door. Yeah, not like that.
I would say like just reach out to them. I mean, a lot of idols want to talk about like their story and a lot of them want to, be able to do that. So I think the more you reach out, the more likely it is to get more interviews on that. Genuinely like that's normally how it works. Idols are really nice and idols definitely do want to talk to people about their work. So, like you did with me, just sending that first initial message goes a long way.
And so it needs to learn to ask a little less bluntly. Okay. Uh, I know as you mentioned an anime convention earlier. Do do you have a favorite anime?
Do I have a favorite anime? Oh goodness. I like a lot of romance anime myself. So I watch things like Say I Love You, or Love is Hard for an Otaku. Like I like all of those just because I'm a sucker for a good romance. Like that's what I read too. Um I do like Jujutsu Kaisen, which isn't a romance, but it is super popular. Demon Slayer. I'll watch pretty much anything because I watch both anime and K-dramas. I'm a big movie person, so I love watching movies. So, yeah, if anyone has a recommendation, I will gladly take it.
Well, me, I'm more of a like the last two I watched are Death Note
Ooh, okay.
and Black Butler.
Ooh, both of those are really good. I watched those like probably a couple of years ago, and eventually I would like to sing the openings from both of those shows because I love them so
Mm.
much.
Cool. Have you ever heard of the game Mystic Messenger?
Which one?
Mystic Messenger.
Oh, yes, I have. That took up all my time in middle school. Like,
Same.
I did not
Same.
sleep. Like, I was waiting for those phone calls, man.
I I was the type that's like, we're going to get the VIP card now, and I definitely do not have the Google search that says if you call a certain character at a certain time, they're more specifically likely to pick up the phone.
Right, right. No, I'm 100% there with you.
So you seem like you have a really fun life.
I would say so. Like, I've had a lot of really hard things that have happened, but I think I've kind of gotten to a point where I just try to find the positives in every single day. Like, if I can't think of one positive, I'm not thinking hard enough. Like, there's always something good. And I think, especially this year, with Pipsqueak and everything with that, I want to focus on the positive more often and find the good things because it's worth it, even on a really rough day, being able to say, you know what, the sky was really pretty today, or you know what, my clothes weren't wrinkled like I thought they would be when I pulled them out of the basket. So it's just the little things.
Oh, it seems to work for you.
It does. It does.
Do you have anything else to ask?
I'm like, my brain's like, we have a thought. We may have threw it out the window.
It's okay. I get that way all the time.
Yeah, not when you have no clue how to edit a video, though.
Have you ever been any other animal?
Have I ever been any other animal? I have not. There was a point where a maid cafe thought about having me come in as a special guest, but unfortunately, they already had a mouse maid, and so I would have had to be a different animal. And so they thought about having me be a dog maid, but unfortunately, my schedule didn't line up anyway. But I don't know. Mouse has always been kind of like my spirit animal of sorts, so I don't know if I could be another animal.
Oh, wow.
Uh, the fact that you had mentioned the maid cafe, do you end up performing or I don't really know how those operate, so I'm just gonna use the word performing at those frequently. If so, what are they like? Question mark.
Momochi was my first one, and mainly with like the maid cafes, they have table setups and reservations, and the guests come in and they eat, they order food, and then like on the hour, there's something else happening. So like, let's say it starts at 2 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, there might be like a game that everyone plays, and then at 4 o'clock, there might be an idol that performs like a 30-minute performance set where they have a couple different songs. And so it just kind of rotates, and the whole point is to have entertainment going as much as possible. Most of my performances have been at Idol Fest, and those are typically just section times at a convention or at a venue, where it's just consistent performances from like, let's say 1:30 to like 3:30, and then usually a meet and greet afterwards.
Do you, I know you said you aren't able to say much about it, but do you have any favorite memories so far of working with your friend, the Grim Reaper idol Pancake Gal?
I would say I think some of our rehearsals have been really funny. Sometimes we get off track and we tend to um talk more than we practice. So, there are times where I'm like, "Oh, we're gonna go over and practice for 2 hours," and we only get like 30 minutes in because we talk quite a bit and we just love to just be around each other. So I think our practices are probably my favorite memory. Like we're just very goofy. So,
Don't worry, we get it. She likes to talk a lot too.
Yes, I'm very goofy and silly and fun. That's what I like to be. It
I
makes me happy.
I do have three last main questions. One is there, well, kind of four, but you'll figure out what I mean in a sec. But is there any lore about Pipsqueak that you feel like you would? Is there any lore about Pipsqueak you haven't shared yet, but would like to share right now?
Oh my goodness, that's such a hard question. I haven't shared a lot about Pipsqueak quite yet. A lot of people think that she's just a mouse idol, and I am actually, hopefully within the next few months, going to release like an introduction video of how Pipsqueak came to be. What I will say is that she wasn't always like a human mouse hybrid like person. She was a mouse, and she started out as a mouse in a theater. And she just had one wish, and that wish came true. So, that is a big piece of lore that I haven't necessarily shared with on social media, but it will be coming out soon anyway. But yes, my biggest piece is I'm going to be sharing here soon how Pipsqueak went from being a mouse to a mouse idol.
So like the kind I don't really know her name, but it's the like that one zombie girl VTuber. She wasn't always a zombie and now she is a zombie.
Yeah, I would say so. Um, yeah, it's like kind of like an interesting thing. Like I picture Pipsqueak, she was a mouse in the hole in the wall of a theater. And some theaters, especially like the ones that are in my like state, they rotate what is in the theater. It might be a play, it might be a rock band, it might be a stand-up comedy show. And so she's witnessed all of these different things, and she's always wanted to be in the spotlight. And so her one wish is to be seen, and she wants to be seen. And so she is turned into something that is capable of being on a stage in front of an audience, which is a mouse idol. And that's why, like, a lot of people ask me, like, well, why don't you stick to one type of music? Because I kind of bounce all over the place. I might sing like a pop song, I might sing a rock song. Like, I am just kind of all over the place. And I was like, well, she grew up in a venue that changed constantly. So she doesn't just stick to one script. So.
Hmm.
What
What about that spice you talked about?
uh oh I think that's for a different
Okay,
convo.
sorry.
And Bo. The sorry, sometimes have the memory of pinecone. I did ask you what's your favorite or funniest memory on stage, right?
Oh, I don't think I've done funniest memory on stage. Um, oh goodness, there's a couple. There was one time, this was before I was Pipsqueak. It was one of my last performances before I rebranded and I became Pipsqueak. And I borrowed my friend Amaris, she is another idol. I borrowed her microphone, and it had like a plug-in piece to be able to go into the speaker. And I like to jump around a lot. I love to dance and move, and I jumped too much, and the battery pack like shot out of the microphone straight to the floor. And I remember just standing there going, and then I looked over at Mars and I was like, I am so sorry. And she was like, no, no, it's okay. And then like the song kept going, and I was like, I don't know what to do. Like the battery pack is gone in the audience. I don't know where it went. So I would say it's probably the funniest. And everyone had a really good laugh with that. So it was embarrassing at first, but the more I think about it, it's just so silly. So
Now for the semi of our wait, did you add a note? Yeah. What age do you choose to come out of the hole in the wall and onto the stage?
oh, what made me choose to come out of the hole in the wall and onto the stage? That's a good one. Um, I
Thank you.
guess I
Hmm.
kind of just decided that I didn't see a lot of people like me, but I knew people like me existed. And I wanted to be that person for other people. Like I think I wanted to be able to say, you know what? If I don't see someone that's like me out there, I can be that person for somebody else. And so that's what I chose to do. And I kind of rolled with it. And that's where like a lot of the piece with social media comes in. Like normally a lot of idols have a lot of like cosplayers or anime fans or idol fans that follow them. But I found that I have such a wide variety of like a fan base right now that I have people that love mice. I have people that love like animal ears. I have people that love cosplay. And I've kind of like gotten all these different people that like me for different reasons, rather than just being an idol. But I think that was the biggest piece is I didn't I was like, man, there's no one like me, so maybe I need to become that person.
You are very special.
Oh, thank you.
Definitely.
Thank you.
But as my final of the two questions, mostly because I'm also somehow more slightly link or functionally managing to get bio work illiterate, I seem to have issues getting like social media links into the bios for videos. So if you'd like to go ahead and picture so everyone will be able to find your stuff after this interview.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Right now I am only on Instagram. I hope to be able to branch out to other social media platforms, but the one that I mainly focus on is Instagram, and you can find me at just at pipsqueakidol. I kept it simple. So at pipsqueakidol, you can find me there. That's where I post. I post pretty much every day, whether it be photos, videos, or just stories. So yeah.
Hmm. Do you have a photographer or do you come up with your own dances?
So it kind of depends. So a lot of the dances that I do that I post are ones that are already choreographed for a different song and I just learn it. But I do come up with my own choreography sometimes when I'm performing a song that doesn't have any. So if a song I'm wanting to perform at a convention doesn't have a dance video or doesn't have choreography, I'll take the time to create one so that way it can still be a lively performance. But normally I just learn one that's already been made.
Oh,
How do you find your choreo dance instructions if for the songs if you don't all it down?
Um, Sorry, one more time. It cut out just a little bit.
Okay.
that's this doggy's barking.
For the songs where you end up just learning
The dance.
the choreography, how do you end up finding them for those songs?
So a lot of them you can find on YouTube if it's like a well-known song. So like for example, Pop Into from the anime Oshinoko. There's tons of videos online that you can find if you just look up like Pop Into Mirrored Dance, and there will be a video that you can follow right away. Um, Excuse me. Also, there are some on Instagram as well. Like there's a lot of tutorials on Instagram Reels for dances that are super popular. If you can't find one right away, what I've done in the past is I download a video from YouTube and then I go into my video software and I flip it so that way it's mirrored so I'm learning the correct moves. So you can also do that as well. So,
Oh,
Definitely. I like your like star hair clip thing.
oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
how long does it take for you to get ready to be the mouse?
Oh goodness. It takes me, it kind of depends. If I'm really focused and not getting distracted, anywhere from like 30 to 45 minutes, but sometimes I get distracted. Like if I'm listening to music, I want to dance around, or if I'm like with other people, I'll want to talk and stop, like stop and talk to them. It could take me a little over an hour. Right now, the outfit that I have on is probably the most complex, because it just has a lot of layers. But some upcoming outfits, because right now on social media, this is the only one I have. But I'm going to a convention in a couple weeks, and I will have two new outfits to debut.
Ooh.
And those are a lot easier to put on and not as complex, which I'm very excited about.
Yay, because she doesn't deal with any outfit that's complex.
No.
Says the man who equivalently has Polly Pocket shoes. No idea. Literally, might as well have been trying to get Polly Pocket shoes on. But I do have one last question as they finish up before he manages to be a problem. Is there, well, two, is there anything you feel specifically that the audience needs to know about you or Pipsqueak that I haven't managed to cover by accident?
Um, I don't believe so. I think the most important thing is Pipsqueak is whatever you want it to be. So at the end of the day, I am a mouse idol, but whether you find me funny, you find me nice, you find me comforting or inspiring, whatever it may be, I'm here to just bring joy. That's my whole goal at the end of the day is to bring joy, bring happiness, entertain as well. So it is a new journey for me, and so anyone that decides to follow along with me, I'm still so new at it that there's so much that's going to happen, especially within this first year, that I'm so excited to share with people. And I hope that it could inspire other people who have been sitting on the back burner, being like, okay, do I want to start this? Do I want to pursue something that might be a little different than what other people do? Um, just go for it. That's what I'm gonna do with Pipsqueak this year. And just don't look back. Just do what you want to do.
And for our last question, unless somebody would like to add anything.
No, I think I'm good.
Any advice for those just starting out or those wanting to be an idol?
Um, the biggest thing I'd say first is follow a bunch of other idols. There's so many. You can find so much inspiration from other people. Find what is personal to you as well. Like you'll stand out among the masses of idols if you just find something that's unique to yourself. So whether that be, you love like I said, I love mice, so I wanted to be a mouse idol. Um, don't be afraid to go outside the box. Most idols don't choose gray as their main color because it's not a bright color. But because I'm a mouse, I chose gray, and it was a great choice on my part. So genuinely, don't be afraid. Some people may not understand it. Some people are like, well, if you're not Japanese, why are you singing in Japanese? Because like I'm currently learning Japanese. I'm not very good at it yet, but I'm trying. Um, but just genuinely like be confident. Like there are going to be days where people are going to bring you down and they're going to say, "Oh, well you shouldn't do that," or "That's odd," or especially because like I myself, I'm 25. I'm 25 years old. So people are like, "Well, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I'm just living my life and I'm doing what makes me happy." And at the end of the day, like that's all that matters. So when you're first starting out, find other idols. Idols love to support each other. Like the moment I started my idol career, I had so many idols messaging me like cheering me on just like I do with them. And so like I would genuinely say just network, become friends with other idols and just find stuff that makes you happy within being an idol and focus on that only. Because there are going to be days people might be mean about it, but you have to focus on like the joy part. Because if you don't, then you will get bogged down and you'll get in a rut, you know?
Truly inspiring, don't you agree?
Absolutely.
We want to thank you once again for letting us interview you, Miss Squeak.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. This is my first interview, so I'm very honored to be here and I'm very excited about it.
We were very happy to see you.
Definitely.
Yes, thank you
And
so much.
and once again, I just wanted to thank you so much for being on the Miss M's Chit Chat.
And we'll keep watching you to see what you do with your friend.
Thank you, and I'll be watching for you too.
Definitely. Aw,
Thanks.
thank you.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye.